Hello and welcome back to Project Freelander. Just thought I would do another video. I've done a few jobs, going to do a few today, just in case anybody else is interested in doing these kind of jobs. I'm not really going to film too deeply into them because they're quite, I'll probably need to use heat. But I thought I would show off getting some, this is more like a underbody paint / stone chip. I'll go and grab the can and I'll show you what it is. These are just things if people are interested to do this. It's basically just like a stone chip I've used for years, but they call this underbody spray paint, protects against stone chips, and obviously it's got down like corrosion protection, obviously because it covers. But I've used a lot of stone chip in the past, and it doesn't seem to go as far or do as good job as this. So obviously, as we can see, the subframes on this car was actually really good condition to start with. I've wax oiled them to start with and put a coating of this over. I've got two more cans, as you can see on the desk, but I've just done the main bits, the main structure of the vehicle, because obviously these are a monocoque, they don't have a chassis, but these are like what people call like your chassis rails. Done those, done the rear subframe, changed the rear diff fluid for the premium stuff. I haven't actually finished yet. I only got time to do this the other day. Around the usual bits on the tanks which rot, your cross members, your body supports, things like that. They're not the body supports, it's a monocoque, but you know, like floor strengthening. Done all that. Along the sills, you've already seen us inject all these holes with cavity wax. Moving on to the front. Again, this front subframe was absolutely like brand new. The guy had been going through long grass like ever since he had owned the car, and it still has got the exhaust polished like brand new, where it's obviously been just rubbing on the grass. And it was the same here, and it was the same all the way like this tray here. The only reason it's dirty is because I had it out on the road the other day. But all this was like brand new and along there. So obviously, see, I've done the arms around the front subframe. Just a bit of protection. It's not going to do wonders, but you know, we'll get it done. Right, so a few people might go, this is a bit heavy-handed. Well, this under tray is hard up to start with. This one is cross-threaded, and it's a nightmare to get in and out. I had it out the other day when I did the oil change, and this one's been snapped for years. So what I'm wanting to do is start doing some flushes on the automatic gearbox, which involves probably 2 or 3 times draining and undraining. Obviously, from standard, these under trays have holes in anyways. Just noticed there's some snapped ones there as well. These have holes in to start with. So there was a hole here anyway, and I've just cut a little square out. As you can see, it's wet because I've just cracked it off. The automatic gearbox drain plug. It ain't going to do no harm. There's holes in it anyway. If anything, it'll let water out. It's just I'm not going to keep taking this on and off every time when I do a flush, because that's going to be multiple times. So the fluid that you need for this has to be JWS 3309 compliant. Don't go putting some random fluid in. Got to be these. So we're going to do the old tried and tested. Bear with us if you've watched me other videos on the Volvo doing the same thing. But what you want with these is there's no dipstick or anything. Get a 5-litre bucket. Drain it out, whatever comes out, measure it like these little points I've got on here, tip the old oil out, put the new oil in, and put in exactly what you've took out as a golden rule. Otherwise you get yourself into such a muddle and a mess with it. That's just my golden rule with it. There is no dipstick. That's just a little breather at the top where you put a pipe in, which I've got in here. So don't just go doing it. Check that the pipe at the top, it's just a little rubber grommet, is free. And I just simply use a pipe like that. And there should be in this bag somewhere. I can hear it. Just can't quite get to it. Little funnel which goes on that pipe. And the pipe goes down into the hole. And you simply just pour back in exactly what you remove. Which I've got a feeling in this car is going to be an absolute mess. I already got this fluid, so it didn't cost us no money. This wheel here, the driver's side on the MOT was advised last year, bit of play on the track rod end, which that is. It's not terrible, but I'm going to be having my kids in this car, so I want it to be right. Again, do a bit of shopping around with these old Land Rovers, these Freelanders. People aren't buying as much for them, and people are just wanting rid of old stock. I got this genuine, let's just have a look here, genuine LandRover track rod ends for this, 2 of them for I think it was £25. Even for me, it traded to get one of these. It was going to cost us £25 plus the VAT, so nearly 30 quid. And I actually got a pair for the price of one in one box. And these, just if you're going to use any suspension component, always use LandRover or TRW. It's original. It is exactly what this car would have left the factory with. And when you have a look, you can always tell with them if they're M4X, we've got the L on and they're marked left and right. So just do a bit of shopping around. Do not buy like 2 of these for like a tenner, what you can get on eBay, because it'll just be absolute junk. And you remember, if you're going to do off-roading in one of these things take the hammer. Or second of all, if these wear and these ball joints pop out and you're doing 60, 70 mile an hour, your front wheel will become like a supermarket trolley wheel, and you'll just go careering off the road, probably upside down in a hedge somewhere. So spend the money on suspension components and make sure you get good quality. It really is false economy using cheap shit. As you can see, everything I have lying around here is original equipment parts. You can't put a price on safety. It's as simple as that, especially when we're talking a few quid difference. So what I'm going to do now is, I can't film this. I'm going to drain out into this bucket, see what comes out. I can guarantee it'll be minging, and it'll probably take a lot of flushes before it starts coming out red, as like this colour, what this fluid is, just to help the gearbox along a bit. I'll get the track rod end change. You really should do the tracking on these once you've done them, but I've noticed the steering wheel is out a little bit on this car anyway, so it's something I'll get done in time. We're just doing it one step at a time, and my main priority at the minute is safety, that ball joint is sorted. So I'll come back to you very shortly with the state of this gear oil. So there we go. Actually, there was more fluid come out than I expected. So that's pretty black. That's the equivalent of like changing oil on a petrol. Not quite black as a diesel. If you look at that there, it's disgusting. So what we're going to do is, we're going to make a mark on there, and I'll fill it up with a new fluid, and I'll cut back in. And there you go. There's the new fluid ready to go in. Just like cherry aid there, compared to that other stuff which was black. So that's to go in, measure the same as what I took out. And when I find the light, I'll show you where it is. It's just down here, just underneath that radiator hose. There is that little rubber bung. You just pull it out, find a straw or a tube, put it in with a little funnel, and just take your time and pour it in. Put the bung back on, work it, start it up. If you want to look at this more in depth, I've done this on many different vehicles, a Volvo S80, Mercedes ML350, so I'm not going to go through it too much in depth. Just start, once you've got the fluid in, start it up, let it warm up, run it through the gears, you know, park, reverse, neutral, drive, up and down the sport, separate gears, how many you can change, then back again. And to be honest, I would say check the level, but you can't, there isn't a dipstick, so that's that. So there you go, I'm going to leave that here. You don't really need to see us change the track rod end. To be quite honest, I'm probably going to have to end off using some kind of heat, like oxyacetylene, because it'll never come off properly. And these are a bit of a strange idea compared to the norm, what I normally deal with. In fact, I haven't dealt with one of these for years, where you've got a little clench bolt on the side, and they're normally quite stubborn to start with. So we'll see how it goes, but obviously I don't need to do it. Really, you should fit them in pairs. This side's perfectly fine and looks recent. So I'm only just going to change what I need at the minute. When I get spare time, I may do the other side prior to getting the tracking done. So there you go, that's how far we are up to now for Project Freelander. I'll give you an update how much better the gear shifting is on the automatic gearbox when I've changed that, because the car's due to have a long run on the weekend. So thanks for watching. There should be some more content coming up. If you like it, like, comment and subscribe. Share it to your friends if they're into this kind of thing. And thanks for watching. Bye.